I'm Mike Bruer, Temple Brewer Wines. I'm the Deputy Chief Executive. I'm also responsible for the running of this block up at Eden Valley. It's one of 4 properties that we own. There's this property here. We've got a vineyard and winery and a commercial grapevine nursery at Langhorne Creek. We also have 2 properties up in the Riverland, north and the other at Bruer. So the sustainability thing here is very important. At a fundamental level, we're trying to use our resources as efficiently as possible. There's a limited resource of everything, and so we have to drive that resource as far as we can. Yeah, it's highly important, and it results ultimately in a better product, we've observed. So that's tied together, and that's tied sort of right across the board. So it's you know, sustainability at an environmental level, sustainability from a financial level, sustainability at a social level. It's all tied in together. It's all very important. There's a number of things that I would strongly argue that the most important is the organic certification. That's something that we've had at this property. We converted it when we purchased it in 2011, but we've had Langhorne Creek's been A-grade certified since 1996. That's highly important. I would argue very strongly it's an evidence-based system for having the least impact, and I would argue the highest quality fruit production system that you can get. Ultimately, we require a healthy environment in order to grow healthy vines, which give us the best quality of fruit. And so ultimately we have a vested interest to maintain or improve the quality of the environment in which we work. And that's a system that's fundamentally captured within the organic movement, and that's highly important. We've pursued the carbon neutral thing as well. It's something that we have to take very seriously. The quantity of particularly carbon dioxide in the air is going to be a large and increasing issue as we go forward. It's increasingly apparent that, especially considering that we're in the driest state of the driest continent, that we've got a very limited resource, and therefore it's necessary to use that resource as wisely as we can. Some criticism can be levelled, particularly at the way, you know, for instance, this place is managed, in that I run the property with a permanent sword for as much of the year as possible, and yeah, okay, that uses more water than we would otherwise. But I would strongly argue that maintaining a healthy living soil is more important than having a completely bare cultivated property. I would strongly argue that you end up with a better quality fruit as a result of that. You know, ultimately that costs us some yield, but you know, because we sell flavour rather than quantity, you know, we need a better quality of fruit, and if that means we've got to sacrifice a little bit of the quantity for it, then so be it. Ultimately, again, this is part of the holistic thing. It's not so much about specifically making a healthy catchment, it's about maintaining the health of the environment more broadly. You can't have one without the other, and so you know, that's kind of why we got on board with the project. Again, the impact on us is probably less than those further downstream, because I appreciate that we're very much at the top, you know, we're right at the headwaters of the Marne, and I get that, but you know, it's sort of, again, everybody needs to do their bit, and we can resolve huge problems if everybody does their bit.